On the night of June 12, 1994, two people were brutally murdered outside a quiet home in Brentwood, Los Angeles. The victims, Nicole Brown Simpson, the ex-wife of former NFL star O.J. Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman. This case, full of drama, fame, and controversy, would soon be known as the trial of the century. When police arrived at Nicole's home, they found a gruesome scene. Both Nicole and Ron had been stabbed multiple times. Blood covered the walkway, and evidence suggested a violent, close-up attack. This level of violence hinted at a personal motive. Almost immediately, suspicion fell on one man, O.J. Simpson, Nicole's ex-husband. Their marriage had been troubled by allegations of domestic violence, and their relationship was known to be stormy. As investigators looked closer, they found what they believed to be crucial evidence pointing to Simpson. Near the bodies, they found a single glove, covered in blood. Then, at O.J. Simpson's property, another glove identical to the one at the crime scene. Both gloves contained DNA from Nicole, Ron, and O.J. himself. Investigators found more blood evidence, including a trail leading to Simpson's house and blood on his car. 4 days later, O.J. was supposed to surrender to the police, but he disappeared. This led to one of the most famous police chases in history. In a white Ford Bronco driven by his friend, O.J. fled down the highway while millions of Americans watched the chase live on TV. After hours on the run, he surrendered and was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. The trial officially began in January 1995 and lasted for nearly 9 months. It was unlike any trial the country had ever seen. Cameras were in the courtroom, broadcasting every moment to millions. O.J.'s defense team, dubbed the Dream Team, was led by Johnnie Cochran, with high-profile attorneys like Robert Shapiro, F. Lee Bailey, and Alan Dershowitz. They would challenge every piece of evidence brought forward. The prosecution, led by Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden, presented the case as premeditated murder. They argued that Simpson's history of abuse toward Nicole showed he was a violent, jealous ex-husband who finally lost control. The physical evidence seemed overwhelming: blood samples, shoe prints, and, of course, the gloves. DNA from the crime scene matched Simpson's. To the prosecution, the case was clear. But the defense attacked the reliability of that evidence, claiming police tampered with or mishandled it. They questioned the motives and actions of LAPD Detective Mark Furman, who had found the gloves. Furman was later revealed to have a history of racist remarks, casting doubt on his integrity and on the police department's handling of the case. The defense claimed Simpson was framed, that the LAPD had planted evidence because of racial bias. This argument struck a nerve, especially in Los Angeles, which had experienced racial tensions and mistrust of law enforcement in the years leading up to the trial. Then came the moment that would define the trial. The prosecution asked Simpson to try on the gloves. As the nation watched, Simpson struggled to put them on. They appeared too small. Simpson's lawyer, Johnnie Cochran, seized the moment, famously telling the jury, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." After 133 days of testimony and 150 witnesses, the case finally went to the jury. It took them just 4 hours to reach a verdict. On October 3, 1995, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty of both counts of murder. The verdict stunned the nation, dividing opinions along racial and social lines. To some, justice had been served, proving that the LAPD couldn't abuse power. To others, the evidence seemed clear, and they believed a guilty man had walked free. But the story didn't end there. In 1997, the families of Nicole and Ron filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Simpson in civil court. This time, without the high burden of proof required in a criminal trial, the jury found him liable for their deaths. Simpson was ordered to pay $33.5 million in damages to the families. The O.J. Simpson case remains one of the most controversial and widely discussed trials in history. It brought issues of race, celebrity, and media influence to the forefront and changed how Americans viewed the justice system. Though the criminal trial is over, the debates and questions surrounding the case continue. And to this day, people still ask, did justice truly prevail?